right, welcome back to the show. Fader Follow, episode 48. We're almost to 50 episodes. We almost made it last 50 episodes, Austin. Austin's over there writing some notes on the board. Some stuff that we're going to need later?
No, I'm just,
You can't even see that. It's too light.
My bad.
Okay, before we start talking about anything, we got breaking news. Mac Jones has been traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars to back up Trevor Lawrence. Do you like the trade? You don't like the trade? Nobody gives a fuck. Mac Jones is Mac Jones. What do you got?
I do not like the trade.
Don't like the trade. He pretty much solidified himself as to be a backup.
Permanent backup.
For the rest of his career.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence has gotten hurt here and there. I don't think he's a very good backup, to tell you the truth, but that's just my opinion, though. Okay, so Mac Jones basically run out of the Patriots organization. Bill Belichick takes off. Bill Belichick drafted him. I guess you read it. I guess they're going for a hard reset for the Patriots. You think the Patriots will ever get back to where they used to be?
I don't know. Maybe this year, but look at their last 2 years with Mac Jones. Who was their offensive coordinator?
I don't even know.
Yeah, they didn't have one.
What was Gerard Mayo? Was he the defensive coordinator?
Yes.
Okay.
What's his name? Matt Patricia, as a defensive coordinator, was his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, a couple years ago, right? Because Patricia was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles this past year.
So Mac Jones basically had no offensive coordinator for 2 years that he was there.
I never was a fan of Mac Jones. And if you look at that draft, those quarterbacks in that draft, they named them earlier. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but what's his name for Trey Lance. He was in that draft. Mac Jones was in that draft. And there was another one. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. What draft was that, 2019?
19 or was yeah.
Or 2020 draft?
Or 21, because Jordan Love was 2020.
Okay, so it was 2021 draft. And who was the first one taken? Yeah, Patriots, Mac Jones. Yeah, okay, so we have Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and now Mac Jones.
Yep.
Yeesh. The only one that's holding true, but I still don't trust him, is Trevor Lawrence, who he's going to go back up. Mac Jones is from Jacksonville, born and raised in Jacksonville.
Did not know
so
that.
Maybe a little hometown cooking, will get him where he needs to be. And who else was in that draft? Justin Fields.
Ooh.
He's about to be on his way out, too. Well,
we'll find out today.
Supposedly, the market isn't very good for Justin Fields right now, is what I keep hearing.
What do they want, a fifth? I think they wanted a fifth round or
I don't think you give a fifth round I think you give more than that for Justin Fields, right?
That's why they said it's low.
Ooh.
It's way low.
Man, that is way too low, a fifth round pick. He's shown flashes, but he just hasn't won the games, man.
What did Trey Lance get?
Trey Lance he only got like a 1 or 2 year deal.
No, like what did he get traded for?
Oh,
what was trading for?
I think a fourth round pick.
A fourth
or fifth round pick, something like that.
Yeah, see, so.
Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting. We got Kirk Cousins is set to make a decision tonight. I got that notification earlier. I think he's going to go to Atlanta. If you don't go to Minnesota, he's probably going to go to Atlanta. I think Atlanta wants him. But you heard it here first. And then Fletcher Cox.
His wife is from Atlanta.
Really? Nice. Fletcher Cox has retired, 6-time Pro Bowler, played for the Eagles his whole career, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, may he enjoy retirement. Those Eagles, they got a lot of work to do.
He did.
A lot of work to do.
For as old as he is, he did work last year.
Okay, here's Scott. Scotty!
What's up?
All right. You're just in time. We're live right now. On the heels of all this free agency talk, Mac Jones got traded. He wasn't really a free agent, but we're talking about Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta and, possibly Minnesota's probably going to re-sign him. But I asked you guys earlier to do this. What we're going to do, offense, Austin, you're going to name the worst free agent signing, in your opinion, on the offensive side of the ball. Scott, you do the defensive side of the ball. And if you got 1 or 2, go ahead, throw it out there.
Oh, I got a bunch.
Okay.
I did my research.
Well, you start. You start with the offense, and Scott's going to top your ass with the defense.
Let me go with my worst ones.
Worst ones.
My worst picks. Then I'll work my way up to my highest rated one. That was the worst.
Okay, go for it.
3 tight ends for the Packers.
All right.
Martellus Bennett.
1.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah. Oh, God. I hate Jimmy Graham.
And wait, that's only 2.
Only 2. Okay. Bennett and Graham. I think Martellus Bennett only scored 1 touchdown that year. He ended up getting hurt that year also.
Yes.
Signed a 3-year, $30 million deal.
As well as Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
He's
He's 3-year, $36 million deal, I believe.
Nope, $30 million.
$30 million. Okay, maybe I have him backwards. But go ahead.
That, and they're getting paid more than our freaking receivers were at that time.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
And
Next one, I got 2 quarterbacks.
2 quarterbacks.
Brock Osweiler.
Okay, so you basically stole mine then. Go ahead. No, you're good.
And then Nick Foles.
Nick Foles for the Jaguars.
Yes.
That's
$88 million. 0-4.
still collecting that check, I
Yep.
imagine, too.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up getting traded to the Bears that year, or the year later, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think he got hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big Dick Nick, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what Jason Kelsey said, the biggest dick in our locker room during his retirement speech. What a speech, by the way.
Oh, yeah. That was emotional. I cried.
Yeah. Okay, and
Scotty.
who else? Who's your worst one?
Kenny Galladay.
Oh, yes, Kenny Galladay. 1 touchdown for the New York Giants.
1 touchdown, $73 million.
How many catches did he get that year?
Like 25, I think. 25 to 30.
Okay.
Not a
Did
lot.
he get hurt though?
No.
He was.
He was already hurt before they signed him, which is a stupid thing.
Yeah.
He was hurt for the Lions. He
Yeah.
only played like 4 games for the Lions that year.
I heard he signed that big deal and he just couldn't stay healthy, but kind of like pulled the whole Kawhi Leonard thing that he wasn't really hurt that bad. So, all right, Scott, defensive side of the ball. Who's on the defensive side of the ball?
Oh, the top ones. Well, I'll start with him. Let's go, J.C. Jackson for the Chargers.
Oh, I knew that was coming. That's
J.C.
a Charger.
Jackson.
Spent all that money.
To the Pats.
Dude, way overpaid.
Mm-hmm.
Then another corner that was a huge bust was Austin Waugh from Philly. He had that awesome couple of years in Philly.
Dude, he was badass.
Mm-hmm.
I think goes to the Raiders, right?
Yeah, goes to the Raiders, only there for a year, and then comes to Philly.
Oh my gosh! And then the next 2 are Redskins. They have a couple of free agency busts.
Yeah, look at the organization.
Yeah, it's like, dude, there's a couple of trends with these free agencies. They're all mostly the same freaking organizations.
Defensive back Adam Archuleta signed a $35 million deal worth $10 million guaranteed.
Damn.
Became the highest paid safety. Complete bust.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Ryan Clark sitting on the bench behind him.
Damn. Ryan Clark was behind Adam Archuleta?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big Ryan Clark guy, but I mean, he was good in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Albert Hainsworth, arguably the number 1 guy, biggest pickup in offense or defense was Hainsworth.
Yeah.
How much was his contract?
$100 million,
$100 million for a defensive tackle.
Yeah, was literally stomping the competition before.
Yeah, the stomp to Andre Gerard back in the day.
Yeah,
He drew blood on him too. He fucked him up pretty bad, didn't he?
Stomped him pretty good.
yeah. He wound up making just 13 tackles for the year in 2.5 seasons.
So, Albert Hainsworth.
Oh, 2.5 sacks. Sorry.
2.5 sacks.
Eight games. Played 8 games. 13 tackles. 2.5 sacks. Nice.
So your top one is Albert Hainsworth. Who's your top offensive one?
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay. Good one. Some ones that I found was running back Le'Veon Bell. Big holdout.
Oh, the Jets.
Yeah, holdout for the Steelers that 1 year. Probably the worst mistake he made in his life. And we saw kind of a trend with that too because, well, just these 2 guys off the top of my head. But after he held out, a couple years later, your former Charger, Melvin Gordon, held out and just had an awful year that year. Then ended up signing a very big deal after that. I think he kind of bounced around. He went to the Chiefs. He went to the Ravens. I think he went to the Broncos for a little bit too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he tried to. He's like a Super Bowl con artist.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Shady McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Le'Veon Bell, he won. No, Shady McCoy won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
Yep.
I don't think Le'Veon Bell won. Did he win the Super Bowl with the Chiefs? He
No,
might have.
I think they won literally the year after.
Okay. I think he might have been on the team that lost to the Bucks that year, Le'Veon Bell's. But yeah, no,
Oh, they lost to the Bucks. They lost to the Bucks. That's right.
yeah, no,
You said
that
the
was
Patriots.
my biggest one was Le'Veon Bell. Talk about fucking backfiring on you. He could, if he would have just re-signed with the Steelers, he would have got a huge deal. But he wanted more money. Running backs, we're seeing a trend with the running backs now. They're not getting these big deals because it's turned into such a pass happy league. You basically, the third down backs back in the day are turning into all down backs now. Smaller, quicker guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield because it's such a pass happy league now.
Imagine Darren Sproles right now.
Yeah, like Reggie Bush, like we talked about the other day. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to do with y'all, I got a few free agents that I was going to ask y'all about, and y'all tell me if their team should buy or sell them.
Give them to me.
Okay, so these are, according to Bleacher Report, these are the biggest free agent decisions for a few teams. I'm not going to name all of them, but for the Buffalo Bills, we have Gabe Davis.
Cut him.
Cut him.
Sell them.
Sell him.
All right, sell Gabe Davis. Okay, for the Baltimore Ravens, Patrick Queen.
Real fast. Let's go back to that. They just cleared all this cap space.
So maybe they're gonna re-sign him.
Either re-sign him or they cut him and they get a bigger name.
Yeah.
And then him and Diggs.
Man, that Buffalo defense was so good for all them years with the guys they have, and they're just cutting them like they were nothing.
Swiss cheese, baby.
But you got to win, or things change, which we'll get to later
you
on.
think they need cut money to pay Gabe Davis? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying they might cut him to get another receiver, like a higher receiver.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Stephon Diggs.
Gabe Davis.
Stephon Diggs isn't too happy there either.
He might be gone too.
Yeah. Patrick Queen, linebacker for the Ravens.
Cut him.
He's already out. I heard it looks like he's going to go to Washington. Maybe they'll get another free agency bust.
Okay.
Washington.
Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry. Do you keep him as a Titan? Say you're in the Titans organization. Would you want to keep him or let him go?
Keep him, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to keep him, but if I was Tennessee,
he's the highest paid running back, right?
Yeah, I would let him go.
Who's that rookie guy? He did pretty good.
Yeah.
Sharp? Or
no, I can't remember his name right now.
That was Sharp.
Okay, Scott, your beloved San Diego or Los Angeles Chargers, Austin Eckler.
Bosa, get him.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Get him out of here.
Cut the whole team.
Yeah, I think some big cuts are going to come with the Chargers pretty soon. I think Bosa's gone. Khalil Mack's going to be gone.
Yes.
Austin Eckler's going to be gone. Mike Williams, yeah.
They may trade.
Mike Williams is already gone, right?
Bosa, Mack. Sure.
They already cut Mike Williams, right?
I don't know if they cut
Mike Williams. Possibly, I haven't checked.
I thought they did like a while back.
Okay, Commanders, Curtis Samuel.
Keep him.
I think you keep him. I like Curtis Samuel.
I do too.
He's good for those one Sunday on a fill-in player for fantasy.
Yeah.
He's a do-it-all kind of guy. He can run. He can he can catch. I think he's a great player.
James, you're gonna lose this bet.
No, they haven't cut Mike Williams. What are you talking about? Not yet.
Not yet.
They haven't.
Not yet. No, they're trying to trade him.
All right, Austin. Big one here. A.J. Dillon.
Cut him.
Cut his ass. Scott.
Cut him.
He has not lived up to expectations.
2 years ago.
Yeah, he has not lived up to expectations. He hasn't even become that goal line back that everybody thought he was going to be.
Fucking stopped on the 2 every time.
I mean, he's decent at catching the ball out of the backfield. Not great, and he's just a straightforward downhill runner. I mean, watch him. Of course, if we get rid of him, of course he's going to go do badass somewhere. Probably go to Minnesota or something and fucking tear it up, make the Pro Bowl. Just like it all happens with every Green Bay player.
I don't even know if you're going to ask this one though. Aaron Jones is our goal line back because he gets 5 yards every time he runs the ball.
Devin White, Tampa Bay. I keep him
for Tampa's
good
reason. I would keep him, but I don't think they want him.
Yeah, maybe taking up too much cap space. They just signed Barrett, right? Shaquille Barrett to a big deal.
Nope.
No, they didn't.
I thought they got rid of him.
I don't remember. They signed one of them. But yeah, I would keep him. He's good. And Chase Young, last one.
Keep him.
Chase Young for the 49ers? Keep him or cut him?
Keep him.
If he's cheap, you keep him.
Yeah.
He ain't cheap.
No, he
You
ain't
know
going to be
what?
cheap.
Maybe you cut him. Who's the other guy that we're talking about who they paid
Hargrave.
$80 million? Yeah. Maybe you just let him play more.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of people on their D-line, like their rotation.
Yeah. I want to go back to this fucking, to this Jimmy Graham thing, man. That was like a big rumor that year in free agency. And the Packers let go of Jordy Nelson so that they could bring Jimmy Graham in. They shipped, just like they do to every receiver, the Packers, to the Raiders. They sent Javon Walker back in the day, James Jones, Jordy Nelson, Trevor Davis, all of those. Well, he wasn't worth a damn anyway. But they shipped all their. It's like if you have to play for the Packers before you can play for the damn Raiders. Matt Flynn, did he go play for the Raiders?
No.
Or is it Seahawks?
No, that's quarterbacks. Quarterbacks go to the Jets.
Okay, gotcha. Quarterbacks go to the
Who's
Jets.
the receiver who wore like the big diamond earrings for the Packers?
Big diamond earring. Oh, the Donald Driver?
Yeah, didn't he go to the Raiders too?
I think he retired as a Packer.
No?
No, he went to the Texans.
Okay.
That's where he went, to the Texans.
And Amon Green.
Yeah. Well, free agency is getting closer. I expect a lot of big games Wednesday. Expect a lot of big names to be signed or a lot of trades to be made, draft day stuff. We have no idea what's going to happen draft day. But moving on from there, we have the UFC 299, and I want y'all to listen to this fun fact real quick. The last time Sean O'Malley fought, the very next day we did our first ever episode.
Nice.
That we posted. So here we are, 46, 47 shows later, and Sean O'Malley's still the champ. And I think as long as Sean O'Malley stays champ, I think we're going to keep going.
Hey, we go with Sean.
Yeah, so if Sean O'Malley loses, oof, man,
it'll be a tough day.
It might be the end.
Say bye bye.
Might be the end for old guys.
To the boys.
But yeah, he pieced up Chito Vera. Pieced him up. He thought he broke his face at one point too. It was, when you look at it on paper, it looked kind of like a pretty even match. But I felt like Vera wanted to stand toe to toe with him, man. Stand toe to toe with him, take his blows, and he probably thought he could catch him, but he was just so outclassed. Like it wasn't. I think a judge gave it a 50-44 or a 50-43 at one point. Yep. Yeah, 5 rounds to 0. So Sean O'Malley's here to stay. I hate to see it when they match him up against Merab because Merab's just going to smother him the whole time. But did you get a chance to watch the fight, Scott?
Yeah, I saw them all. I watched them all.
How do you think?
It was an awesome card. I enjoyed it.
Austin said that was one of the best fights he's ever seen was O'Malley and Vera.
Oh my god! I mean, Sean's performance was one of the best.
Yes, just freaking beating the shit out of each other. Like that's what you want to see in a UFC fight.
Actual fight.
You got to give it to Cheeto though, because he kept coming, dude.
We thought he was done multiple times. Like he's out.
That knee up the middle. I don't know how anybody comes back from that fucking knee. Jesus.
It's the beard.
Yeah.
Got the granite beard.
Oh yeah. Dustin Poirier too, coming back from just being beat down by this Benoit Saint Denis. Not necessarily a beat down, but just basically controlled the whole fight. This Benoit Saint Denis, you could tell he's way bigger, way stronger than Poirier. Poirier's getting up there in age. You know what I mean? And he caught that dude flush on the chin, fucking put him right to sleep. How much longer do you think Dustin Poirier has, Scott?
I think he's got a good 2 years.
4 fights?
Of prime Poirier. I think he's got to get like a title fight.
Yeah, he's got to do it now.
The number 1 contender fight next. Fight the winner of Charles.
Armand?
Forget who's, and then the winner gets the title next.
We also have this Gaethje and Holloway fight that's going to kind of mix some things up too, you know what I mean? Because Max is a 145 fighter, but Justin Gaethje's the number 1 ranked lightweight. So if Max comes in and beats him, I mean, do you put Max up there as the number 1 contender for a 155 fight?
No, I think Poirier pieces up Max again.
Yeah, they've already fought twice. Poirier's beat him twice. But if he fought Islam would destroy Max Holloway. Islam's way bigger, way stronger. It's not even it's not even a thing. And I obviously think that I don't think people want to fight Islam. All the like Justin Gaethje was set to be the next title contender, but he wanted to fight against Max. He didn't want to fight Islam. To be honest, it's just like fighting Khabib all over again. That didn't really work out for him. So, but yeah, it's Poirier's 23rd win in the UFC. It's crazy to think he's been there that long. I mean, if you look at his resume, he's beat the top of the top guys, and he didn't have to take this fight. This was kind of like what they call, like, I guess, like a trap game in NFL. This was kind of like a trap fight for him. The odds were plus 200 against Poirier.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, he kept.
We know.
You won, didn't you?
No, I lost.
You went against him. He took Benoit Saint Denis at minus 215. You can't do that. You can't take the rookie against the veteran. You can't. What are you thinking? 23 wins in the UFC, man. Come on.
Dude, that guy's that guy's a year older than us.
Hey.
Imagine us getting freaking kicked in the face like that.
Diamonds are made under pressure, Austin.
Oh, what a good! That was a zinger right there.
Put it on the board. Put it on the board.
Dustin, diamonds are made under pressure. Wow, that was a good one, Scott. Good one.
That's my style. Oh, I didn't come up with it. I got it.
No way.
He got it from ChatGPT.
I'm not gonna take credit.
Yeah, no, it was a great performance by Dustin. He kept jumping the guillotine too after everybody was saying no more guillotine, no more guillotine. Stuck with it. He's gonna get somebody one day.
Going crazy over that, dude.
Yeah, his corner was saying, "Stop doing this. Stop doing it." He's never submitted anybody by guillotine in the UFC.
Yeah.
Other fights.
It was like taking too much energy out of him, like every time, like, and then for like no payoff. But
yeah,
maybe it was just getting in his head, like thinking hey, if I leave my neck out there, he's gonna grab it. Maybe it's just something to think about.
He was luring him.
Yeah,
dude, I am looking at his wins.
Yeah, he's fought the top of the top.
McGregor twice, fucking Gaethje.
Yeah, he fought Holloway, Michael
Chandler.
Yeah, he did fight Khabib. He lost that one, but I mean, still fought the guy.
And he just got caught with Gaethje. Like, I think if he would have been a little smarter, he could have just won the fight.
Dude, he was winning that fight. I thought it was 2 rounds to none. What do you think about MVP, Michael Venom Page? Looks like he frustrated Kevin Holland. It was the first time Kevin Holland wasn't the cockiest guy in the ring.
Yeah.
That's
one guy that I see who, like, he also needs to make a big title push. Because he's like 36.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's only got like 2 prime years left.
Yeah. Are you talking about MVP or Kevin Holland?
No, Kevin Holland's just a journeyman.
Trailblazer.
He ain't fighting for no title.
Yeah.
MVP's got to fight someone in the at least top 5 next fight.
Yeah, he'll be top 10 because Holland was ranked number 10 since he beat him this time. But he MVP, if you look up his highlights, Austin, ever get a chance to look up his highlights in Bellator, like the cockiest dude, the best celebrations, dude. This guy's it's hard to root for him because he's so cocky, but he's also so good at the same time. A couple other ones, Peter Yan came out, beat Song Yadong, Jack Della Maddalena. He beat poor Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, how many years does he have left?
Oh man, that was a tough one.
Yeah, I like fucking Gilbert Burns.
JDM was fucking what a badass fight by him, man.
He was losing.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I know. But he came out, pulled it off.
Came out with that knee right up the middle.
Yeah. Oh, that was super good timing.
Yeah. Also, Curtis Blades won, and then Gamrot. I don't know if you, Mateusz Gamrot. He also beat. Who did he fight? Oh, Rafael dos Anjos, a legend, former UFC Hall of Famer, and not to mention, speaking of the Hall of Fame, Joanna Jędrzejczyk got inducted to the Hall of Fame last night.
Congratulations!
Congratulations to her. She did put on a lot of good fights back in the day. She what?
International Women's Day.
International Women's Day. Yes. We give thanks to you.
Yeah, you know what would be the badass? JDM called out Shavkat. That'd be fucking.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good. That would put him right there in the top 5, too. Well, no, he just beat Gilbert, so he's in the top 5. A couple other things before we get to it. Oh, I forgot to mention, we do have Sean Alvarez coming on a little later. He asked to come on the show, and we're going to have him. He's going to be in studio, sitting in Scott's chair. Let's see if he can live up to the expectations.
Guess what, Scott? We have another surprise guest.
Another surprise guest a little later.
Who is it?
Can't tell you.
It's a surprise, dude.
Yeah, we'll tell you off air. I got a couple picks before we get to Sean's interview. I want to take Penn State today. They're going to win outright. Delaware plus 5.5, and Austin's Texas State Bobcats at plus 12.5. They got hot at the right time. Eat 'em up, Cats.
They're playing the JMU Dukes.
Eat 'em up, Cats.
Eat 'em up.
There
eat 'em
you
up.
go.
Go, Cats, go.
And I like App State minus 5 today, too. Last night, the Iowa Hawkeyes, the women's team, Caitlin Clark, rather, they are going to the Big Ten Championship. And also,
They won today.
South Carolina, they're 36 or whatever. How many game winning streak do they have? They're 36-0 or something like that. Their winning streak was on the line last night. They trailed the whole game, and then at the last second, you had one of their girls just bank one off the glass for the win against Tennessee.
Did you see that?
Yeah, they left her wide open.
Oh my God! I know they deserve to lose that game.
Yeah, but that was that girl's her second attempt at a 3-pointer. Her first one she's ever made since she's been in college. So I think they were kind of like, you know what, just let her shoot. Don't let her get a two off. Just let her shoot the 3. But perfect. Good call.
Update. Iowa women's basketball won today.
They did win. They already played?
Yep.
Damn. So Caitlin Clark.
94-89 and overtime.
So they won the Big Ten championship
Yes,
for the
they
women's.
did.
Nice.
And as of right now, South Carolina's up by 3.
Against LSU?
LSU.
Nice. Angel Reese against South Carolina again. They were the last team to beat South Carolina, I believe, to go to the final. Or I don't know if it was Iowa that beat them. Did you see the coach for South Carolina's interview at the end of the game?
I did not.
She said they're going to leave you open and you shoot that motherfucking ball. But she said bleepity bleep.
Bleepity bleep ball.
So use your imagination.
That's awesome.
Missouri Valley Championship going on right now. I took Indiana State to win, put $190 on it, and I'm going to lose.
They're getting smoked.
Yeah, they are getting smoked right now. But hey, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, we'll keep y'all updated on the bets that we have going on, and then free agency too. Follow us on Twitter. We'll fill all that shit out. But let's get to the interview with Shawn Alvarez. All right. 196 days ago to this day, our first guest, Coach Shawn Alvarez from the Kenedy Lions, athletic director. Take a bow. Take a bow. There he is. Put those headphones on.
Live in studio.
There he is. Scott couldn't make it, so he's taking Scott's spot. That's your jam right here?
Why should I keep
Loving you.
He knows the whole song? Oh, yeah.
when I know?
Kind of ironic, this song to have as a head coach. Wasted days and wasted nights. You trying to tell somebody something there?
Exactly.
How you doing, man?
Times.
Come on.
Good, James.
Come on,
How
give us
about
something.
Austin? James, thanks, man, for having me. It's awesome. It was a while back that I was on.
196 days.
Yeah,
I actually Googled how long ago was August 27th and 196. So if I'm wrong, it's Google's fault.
Yeah, that was the day before my birthday. So
Nice.
we're now in the middle of March, approaching spring break.
Yeah, spring practices coming up, huh?
It's coming. So.
Before we get to the football stuff, though. Okay, so me and Austin last night, we were a little,
We're boozing.
yeah,
We're a little boozing.
yeah, the little bridal shower we were at in Post, and we came up with this idea. We want to pitch this boxing promotion to you, right? Okay, so we all know a lot of people who had kids in the past with the girl, right? Marriage didn't work out, relationship didn't work out, everybody moved on. Mm-hmm. But a child was born, and a stepdad comes into the picture. What do you think about a promotion for biological daddy versus stepdaddy?
Friday night daddy fight.
How much animosity is there in the state of Texas for biological dads? You know, you're not giving my kid enough attention, or you're not giving your kid enough attention. You know, I think it could do well.
Yeah,
What do you think?
well, dude, I mean, I've been through that. So I've go through that. So that's cool, you know.
Yeah, right.
We'll get it on, right? Sahara's dad and I, we'll just start.
Boom. There you go.
That's a
it
call
out.
out. That's a call out right there. Sahara's dad. Yeah, you heard
Sahara's
it.
dad and Coach Alvarez, one-on-one.
Oh
baby.
man, no, it's I did the math and I was kind of thinking of all the people I know that have
Everyone?
yeah, and I'm a stepfather too.
Everyone.
My daughter has a dad too. I mean, we get along and everything.
Yeah.
He knows jujitsu though, so.
Yeah, he might high kick you or something, right?
Yeah, but no, it's just straight boxing. So if we did that, we could like rent out some arena or something, rent a ring, and just straight boxing. Right?
Friday night daddy fight.
Friday night daddy fights. That would sell.
It would. It would.
That would so sell.
James, I just thought about this right now too. What if the prize money was child support?
Oh God, no! That's the smartest thing you've ever said on the show. God, that is the smartest thing. Yes. Child support on the line. You don't have to pay child support if you win. If you lose, you got to pay it all in full.
You gotta take it all in.
From age 0 to 18.
Yep.
Like, just pay it there
Or you fight once a year for realignment.
There you go. Yeah, that way you don't got to go through what's it called?
So someone can train.
Mediation.
There's not a court system.
Yeah, no mediation.
Yeah.
You know, it
Straight up
we
boxing.
we agree this year we're going to pay $6,000 total spread over 12 months. No, you get it all after the day of the fight.
Sold.
Yes. We'll talk to you about promotion and all that stuff. Maybe we could use Kenedy Gym
There you go.
in the
baby.
future.
I think TNT will pick that up.
Spike TV.
Spike TV.
Paramount Network. Okay, well, we thought we pitched that to you. What do you think about that, Dustin? Dustin White's here too. Quarterback coach, as of right now, track coach of the Kenedy Lions. He's here too. You can't see him on camera, but he's
Consultant.
yes, he's gonna be joining us here today, chiming in every now and then. But what do you think about that?
I think it's a phenomenal idea.
Right?
It's very, out of the box. It's a great idea in my opinion.
I know, and then
must see TV.
Must see TV.
yeah, and then there's that idea in the back of everybody's head that maybe the biological father's still fighting for the woman's,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
And the mom will start picking.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
there
look
we
at
go.
this.
See,
Look at this
there
motherfucker
we
you.
go. There
Look
we
at this
go.
motherfucker you got with. I just fucked him up. Right?
You're my woman.
It's like the Maury show on the show.
What was it like on that movie
really
Troy?
is.
You left. This is what you left me for.
Yeah,
Right?
the Maury show.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna.
Great idea.
If Jerry Springer was still.
Call up the Live Oak County Coliseum.
Oh, they did it MMA not too long ago.
Yeah, they did 2 weeks ago.
I heard it went pretty well.
It was busy.
What were you gonna say something? What?
Oh no, I wanted to know if Justin knew anyone that could potentially be the first match.
First match.
No, that I don't know, but
This is it. We're all friends here.
Yeah.
The only everybody that listens.
We
to
all
us
we all know
what you're saying.
Live Oak County, so
Yeah. Think about it. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to $1 million idea right there.
That strategy. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this dad versus this dad.
Right?
Right?
Weight classes. Oh, but what do you do about weight classes?
don't matter.
No weight
Who
classes?
cares?
Maybe you get spotted like a +1 each round if they're bigger than you. Yeah, we'll stop talking. We're getting a little too carried away. Like this is ever going to happen. This is ever going to be sanctioned by the Live Oak County Committee, which you're on, aren't you?
Sure.
First, we got to pen it.
Yeah. Shawn, you do run that, Coach Alvarez. I'm sorry, I keep calling you Shawn. You are Coach Alvarez to me. I forgot. August 27th was Coach Alvarez's day. We haven't forgot yet. We told you that.
Yeah.
Okay, so fair just
196
happened.
days ago.
Let me know what you took from the whole fair thing. Is it still bumping like it used to? Everything's still going good? Is that something you're going to keep coming back to in the future, being a part of that, or?
Yeah, no, the cook-off is. So here's kind of where it started from. We got approached in 2020 COVID year to run off the fair. There was people doing it before us. I think Go Texan did it. There were some people in between Go Texan and us. We had a big team. We had a big cook-off team. We brought music, stage, and just kind of some acoustic jams. And, Tommy Williams approached us and said, hey, will y'all run it off? And we said, sure, why not? We'll just make our team kind of the fair thing. So that was 5 years ago. This was our 5th year. This was by far our best year.
Still going strong. Nice.
Yeah, this was really good. We started. We've always kept the music, which is good, live music, and obviously, Friday night, Saturday night, drinking and having fun. But we upped kind of where they were gonna play, and we got a big old stage. LNF got a stage out there for us. The distributor out of Beeville.
It's not a trailer anymore, right?
No,
it's
it's
actual
not a
stage
cassette
now.
trailer
Hell yeah.
from, some local, business. So it was good. I mean, we were rocking and rolling this year. We had 32 teams. I think people that cooked and partied had fun, which is all we want. I thought it was good. I know that everybody said there's a lot of people at the cook-off. there was a lot of people at the rodeo, and then the dance, the sell and the dance went really well. So it was a good turnout for us this year. So we're excited. I mean, there's always that suggestion box, how can we make it better?
Okay.
Just more people. We can always use more help to make it better, but we got some ideas going into it. It's tough hosting it in the spring as an athletic director because of everything that's going on in the spring, right? We got track meets.
Spread yourself too thin.
Baseball tournaments. We got softball tournaments. And then at the same time is the county fair, and it works for me. I like doing it a lot. So it was a lot of fun. I think everybody enjoyed it. I mean, the stage made a big difference. We had 6 or 7 musicians throughout the day, and then
Chuck Brasino.
Yeah, there you go, baby.
There you go, hometown boy right there.
The guy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Thought you were gonna
Chuck,
shout out who
Charlie,
won
whatever his name is.
Thought you were gonna shout out who won the beans that year, but
Oh yeah, a lot of winners, James. We got a lot.
a lot of win. Nobody's a loser here.
Yeah,
Okay.
But it was good. It was a damn good year, really good year. So
Well, speaking of you being a coach still and everything, what are you guys up to there in Kenedy? See, the year's coming to an end. Spring practice are coming. Off season is about to go full effect and everything. What are you looking forward to there for this team?
yeah, so the last time we were here, it was in August. We were just starting, so I think Fade or Follow was getting going.
It was.
Going
strong still. Going strong.
Jump on, and we jumped on, and that was really cool. We didn't have the greatest football season that we wanted. We're in a salty district, there's no doubt. Very competitive district, and we've got to turn it on. It's a week to week thing that, we've got to be our best every week. And we went 3-7. Here's a highlight to that year, though. And I'm going to go back to the fall. We lost to Shiner. We scored 36. I think it was, what was it, Dustin?
Yeah, like 36 points.
Yeah.
Scored a lot.
I know we scored 36 on them. I think they had like 42. Let's just say it was a really good game. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah. Sorry.
It was a good game, and it was something we could build on. Is what I kind of went in. We took pictures with the seniors, and I remember making like a kind of a deal I put a text on the picture that said we can build off this, and we go into anytime in high school sports, especially at a small school, you go from football into basketball and powerlifting, right? Like that's another sport that's sometimes forgotten, but you start those two right off the bang when you're done with football.
Track.
Yeah, so track comes
Foundation.
in the spring, but right, so you're going right out of football. So from like Thanksgiving break, Christmas into that winter, it's basketball and powerlifting, and so we got kicked off with that, and we thought we could be competitive. We have a shot to have some, decent. We can play some good basketball, and we've always had a good powerlifting team. So fast forward from that date to today, right? Everything's kind of kicked off all at once right now. Our basketball team went to the regional tournament. We lost in the regional semis to Thrall. Yeah, that was special.
That was unexpected, right?
Yeah.
The furthest we've been in 48 years.
Not to say y'all didn't know y'all were going to have a good team or anything, but, I mean, how long? Like you said, 40 years?
48
48 years.
since we've been in the regional semis. We were the 2 seed behind Port A, but we split with Skidmore. So Port A, Skidmore, us, we were all kind of close. You know what I'm saying? So it was competitive. I mean, that was cool.
Sweet.
And then at the same time, we were doing our powerlifting season. We go to state Tuesday with our girls. We got 2 girls going to state, and we got 3 boys who just got out of regionals going to the state powerlifting meet that have a shot to win it.
That's good. Yeah.
So a lot of good things have happened since that last football game. It's kind of something that we piggybacked on to say, hey, we can do this,
Sweet.
And this is where we're at today. The teams have been, it's been super successful. We've started track. We got baseball going. We got softball going, golf and tennis. Baseball, we're preseason ranked number 3. We're maintaining that rank at number 3 in the state right now. We are 1-0 in district. We just won our first district game last week. And then softball's 1-1 in district. We've ran 2 track meets. Our 7th graders, you kind of trickle all that down. Our 7th graders just won the Yorktown track meet Friday night. Jeez. So our trophy lady, it's crazy. Our trophy lady texted me Saturday morning and said, hey,
We need more room.
all this crazy stuff's happening
Build a
in
new
Kenedy. She's
trophy
like,
case.
yeah, it's awesome. So our kids are really killing it right now. It's good. I mean, we're in full swing.
Yeah, and y'all got a young
Everything's
football
happening
team
at once.
too.
Yeah.
Really young football team last year. We saw some great things from them. We actually went to the game. I want to ask you, you're athletic director, correctly?
Yes, sir.
Correct, of Kenedy. Whenever obviously you have a hand in the basketball, football, powerlifting, and all that stuff. How is it trying to maintain, look over all that stuff? Do you kind of let those coaches do their job, or do you have a little, input on every little thing, or?
This is what I tell them.
Because you're a busy guy.
It's crazy. And when you want to be successful, I think you got to. The first thing you have to do is hire good coaches. I think when you do that,
Dustin what?
you got.
Yeah.
There's when you get a staff around you that can really do their job and they're passionate about it, it takes care of itself. But I always tell the coaches, you're going to coach. You coach, and I'll help with all the logistics and all the outside work. In terms of organizing or getting stuff put together, I'm not breaking the press at all.
Yeah, you're not a guy over the shoulder the whole time.
I'm not calling the inbounds. I don't care what we run, versus a 2-3 on, in basketball. And I don't know what our pitch count is in baseball. And I'm not going to make the pickoff move in softball at all. But in terms of, we host a lot of stuff, and that's a culture builder. We want to get a lot of stuff at our place, and get people excited about Kenedy. And so we got stuff going on all the time. And so I'm kind of behind the scenes with that stuff. And that makes it fun. I like that stuff. And I think coaches appreciate that, to say, hey, they have my support. I'm going to support them no matter what. They're going to coach. And I try to kind of take away all that other stuff. I'm not going to call it crap, but stuff that sometimes when you lay that on a coach to say, hey, we're going into the playoffs, it's the first round, and, let's say we're playing Freer and they got a shooter, and we have to figure out how we're going to stop that shooter. But what about the contract? What about the tickets? What about the, is the cheer team going? Are we going to take our drum line? You know what?
I never thought about.
I'll worry about all that. You go take away the best shooter. I'll worry about what passes we're taking. I'll worry about what buses are going. So I think it's more of a collective team effort, to say, hey,
like an inside look of the, the whole thing that you got to take care of. Other than, we're traveling to this place to play so and so. All that other stuff needs to be taken care of too.
It's real easy just to show up to say, oh, I'm the athletic director, and hey, I'm here, and here's my pass.
This is my team.
Let me in. But to say, all right, you're on the bus. Here's a good idea to eat. How many are you feeding? Who wants to do all that? And at the same time, take away a good shooter like Austin, right? Let's say he's kind of, he's good from the outside. All right.
He's not bad. Check him out.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Close.
He's usually,
he makes that.
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Yeah. But, that's kind of the ins and outs of how we do it. I don't know how everybody else does, but it's worked for us. That's been my operating procedures. Hey, I'll help with logistics. You coach,
Gotcha.
That's what's important.
Let's go back to that basketball team. They went 4 rounds, you said?
4 rounds.
4 rounds, you said. You said, probably didn't expect them to go the first time in 48 years.
48 years.
You
Last
said?
time we were there, yeah.
Wow.
Played up in Seguin, and we didn't go.
Huh? Well, you didn't tell me nothing.
Didn't see it.
No wife, no kids, nothing.
Yeah,
You tell us about. He could have showed up right there.
Exactly.
Anyway, I just want to, in case they listen, shout out a couple of those guys there. Tell me what some of their strengths were. How things turned out the way they did, and who did they end up getting?
We lost to Thrall 64-43, but let's see, we beat in the regional quarters. We beat Junction. No, we beat Goldthwaite in the regional quarters.
Okay.
In the area round, we beat Goldthwaite in the regional quarters. In the area round was Junction, and by district was Freer. Jesus. So we played four rounds, and we lost to Thrall in the last round. It's crazy. We were super long this year. We carried 11. There was 12, 11, 10 is what we carried on the varsity team. Shamari Wilcox was our big man in the middle. He's about 6'5". He's been with us since 7th grade. And really he's just a big, tall, not real bulky guy, but he's tall.
Long.
And you kind of, and I'll be honest, throughout the last 3 or 4 years, I'm like, is Shamari going to be what he should be? He killed it this year as a senior. He really did. He was a stud. You can't out-rebound Shamari, and you weren't going to get a shot off at all.
He's a hard worker too then.
Big time. I mean, he did it. He kind of handled everything down low. We had a lot of, Samir Holloway was a huge, he was input, he came to our program in, I think we got him in September. He was eligible like the middle of September once we got all his paperwork done. He played football and he was in the grind with that in the weight room and conditioning and on the field. But when we got him on the court, Samir was it's kind of a deal where Samir just needed a program. That's all he needed. He needed somebody he needed something to work with him. Mm-hmm. Super raw. I mean, he's very raw today, right now. He's still raw. He's going to be on our relays. He's a very good athlete he's just coming out of his shell. And it's unfortunate that he's a senior and that he's graduating, but he can go on and play at the next level, probably
really
at any sport he wants to. He just hasn't done it a lot. That's kind of his downfall. But, man, when he got on the basketball court, he was a huge difference maker. In terms of that 1-2 punch with him and Shamari, I mean, he's kind of like I kind of called him a power forward all year. He can dribble.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a great outside shot, but he can dribble and drive like a champ, and you weren't going to stop him. He's really big and strong and go up to the rim and get it. He's left-handed, so that was an advantage for him. The disadvantage was he could never get to his right side.
And he's the one that came from the private school, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, he came from South Carolina.
Okay, gotcha.
Moved in, and he's superb. I mean, he was awesome.
Sweet.
So he was. I mean, that was a special input to our team. We have Carson Reyes is phenomenal. He really is. I mean, I don't know. He's a sophomore, and he's probably the most undersized. You're just never when you look at him, you're like, what can this guy do? He's 5 foot, I don't know, maybe 5'1".
No, really?
I mean, he weighs in soaking wet. Friday at the regional pride have to meet 110.
Composted size?
He's tiny, but he is amazing.
He got skills.
Skills.
Boy, he got skills. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and he really is like that whole, we kind of have a hashtag of pressure creates diamond, PCD. Pressure doesn't bother him at all.
Wow, that's crazy you said that.
Scott just said that.
We were talking about the UFC fight. Sorry, real quick. We were talking about the UFC fight, and we were talking about Dustin Poirier. He fought this weekend, and Austin bet against him. And then his name is Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Yeah.
And Scott said, God, Austin, don't you know diamonds are created by pressure?
Yeah.
You just talk about diamonds.
Yeah, that's been
this is going to fit in perfectly.
It's kind of been our motto for 2 years. Is like pressure creates diamonds. Carson Reyes wasn't our starting point guard. Mm-hmm. Game 1, practice 1. We had another kid that was starting at point guard. He's tiny, dude. I mean, he really is little.
5'1".
You would never think that he can do what he can do in all sports. And
we'll 6th grade.
Get into that. Yeah. No, he's phenomenal. He held down that point guard position all year. He makes plays when he needs to make them. We won the regional quarter round. Samir and Shamari fouled out. We had pulled some guys off the bench that made plays. Mm-hmm. And then Carson went to the line. I mean, it was pressure. We were in Medina Valley. And you have to make those free throws to win the game to kind of close it. And he made them. It was like pressure was in front of him and diamonds were created. So,
ain't nothing.
Those are just a few of the top players. I mean, there's all kind of Daniel Pena, Donovan Toussaint, Logan
Those are your
Hill.
Football players, right?
Oh, all these
Pena's
guys.
the quarterback, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a great year. I mean, it really was. All those guys pulled together. And really, some of the coaches, they'd tell me every week, here I am behind the scenes kind of, all right, here's your bus, and we're going to pull it up, and we got this send-off, and this is what we're going to do. And the assistant coach, which she is a female, it's Coach Gonzalez, Laura Gonzalez, and that was a great fit. And Coach Jones, first-year head coach, they both did a phenomenal job. But they'd always tell me, Coach, they're so loose. Like, they're just having fun.
Yeah.
So if you can only imagine as a former athlete, like, you're just out there playing. And,
Sweet.
Dude, it was crazy. That third-round game, we were like, oh, my goodness. Like, we were in – Dustin was there. We were in San Marcos, and it was back and forth. I mean, it was tight. So it was good. It was a great year. 48 years that we'd been to the regional tournament. So
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I didn't.
Huge highlight.
I had never. What were y'all predicted to be when the district started? Were y'all basically overlooked pretty much?
I don't think we were overlooked. because of Shamari and like people knew we had some
talent.
some players. Yeah, I don't think people expected Samir when he got on the court. He was there in football. I mean, he was a football player. He just never really we kind of finding the fit for him in football season. But once we went through the first round, everybody was like, "Oh crap,
Okay.
they got it going." You know, there's something special.
Well, congratulations to them, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
First time in 40 years. It's a big accomplishment by
Really
those
cool.
kids.
Yeah, big time.
Let's go. Let's look forward to next year. You guys are in a different district next year. You told me earlier what teams were in y'all's district and everything, but if you can name them again, what?
Yeah, I'll shine and refer out. So we
Yeah, ain't gotta deal with that shit anymore.
yeah, so we squared up in 22.
Just kidding.
We were paired in the toughest district in the state of Texas in 22.
Yes.
So that was the 22-23 football season. Shiner and Refugio were in there along with Ganado, Three Rivers. Super competitive, and we knew it going in. You know, it was going to be hard to compete and kind of get in. If you can get in, you can make a run. Getting in was a hard part. We knew that. So fast forward to 24, we go back to realignment. You know, it's one of the realignment's crazy, and I know y'all know about realignment, and you open that packet, and everybody talks about it for, you know, months and weeks and years. We're probably talking about 26s right now. People, they got paired in maybe tough or not tough districts, but you know, you go into it blind. You really don't know what's happening. You know, and I always take Dustin goes with us, and then Coach Alvarez with us, and our superintendent went this year, and it's just kind of like, where are we going? You know, honestly, Kenedy, the spot on the map is tough to judge, and there's a coaches across the state. You know, Dustin had like a Google Map deal where he had every 2A school mapped out, and he pinned them of where we could go, but like you can't.
Dustin's a numbers guy.
Yeah, you can't judge the line. You know, is it north of I-10? Is it here's this side of, you know, how far west are they going and how far out east are we going? You just can't guess. It really is a super secretive thing. So and I always tell him, dude, I don't want to talk about it no more. Like, it's over. We'll just figure it out February 3rd, and we'll go from there. So February 3rd gets here, and we show up, and it's like, all right. And I kind of thought, well, maybe we go south, and maybe we'd stay in a 5-team with, you know, us and Bloomington, Refugio, Skidmore. And I'm like, well, who knows? We'll see what happens. As soon as we grab the packet, we go into a 7-team, and we start with Danbury's way out east. If you know where Danbury's at.
That's a good way.
Way out there, like kind of towards Lake Jackson. You come back this way, you got Ganado.
Okay.
We just went to the semis. Bloomington,
Okay.
then us, and then the Tri-County, you know, that kind of I-10 area is Weimar, Flatonia, and Schulenburg. So it's definitely better. It's not Refugio and Shiner.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. But it's still competitive.
I-10 corridor right there.
So
Yeah.
y'all basically y'all Bloomington and Ganado all stayed in the same district, correct?
Us, Bloomington, Ganado stayed. We added Danbury and added the Tri-County team.
You would never think, like, how do they decide that? Like, just like you said, it's so secretive.
It's
like, you would
secretive.
never
I mean,
think, like,
You got to count them. You got to put there's 4 regions, 24 to 26 teams in a region.
it has nothing to do with, like, wins or losses from the year
Zero.
before, nothing like that. Just a random,
Why the hell was Bracketville in our district? Like,
Yeah, that many years ago. Yeah.
4
crazy.
hour
Yeah.
drive.
4-hour
Yeah.
drive.
You would-
for no reason.
I mean, mathematically, it would make sense just to leave the district how it was. You know what I mean? Because y'all were probably all closer, but it's
One of the things that happened was a lot of the schools down south in that district dropped down. So
Okay.
obviously Shiner
Shiner,
dropped down in
Shiner.
ours. They went to 282, but Ben Bolt and is Lavia right?
Ben Bolt, Lavia, and God, one more, Coach.
Who was the other one?
Ben Bolt, Lavia, Shiner. No, there might have been only 2 down there.
Them dropping down to 2A Division 2 dropped Skidmore and Refugio and Three Rivers down south to the District 16 because of that.
and is that a strategic move to drop down the division or?
Well,
Hey,
you gotta
flapjacks. Okay.
Hey, you gotta
outside
fudge
might say
numbers.
that, but I mean, it's tough to fudge numbers, man. Like
Enrollment's enrollment. Numbers are numbers. I mean,
Yeah,
you
no,
turn
I
in
got
what you turn
There was
in.
some school like last year, not this time, but the previous realignment that got busted doing that actually, and I want to say they got suspended from like playoffs for like 2 years.
Oh wow.
For yeah.
So you can't. It's not like a Oh, we're gonna say
you
this
know,
how
like-
many kids we have in this.
Yeah,
Okay.
every year people say Refugio fudges their stuff. They don't. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
They just
it's
randomly they
it's
create
gonna be
their own
tough
players.
Yeah, it'd be very tough.
They get
to
on
do
their
that.
PlayStation.
Easy, dude.
I mean, it's
Cybergenetically created.
It's called Snapshot. So on like a day in October, you turn in your enrollment that day, and it's not attendance. You know, there's like this, I don't know, misunderstanding that be absent tomorrow and you're not going to get counted. It's not about present or absent. It's about who's enrolled in your school that day at that time. I mean, you can't go tell 70 people to withdraw and go somewhere that day. You know, it's not going to happen. So, you know, numbers are normally accurate, and that's where people are paired.
Gotcha. Looking at those teams from last year, do you guys think you match up well against them as far as football goes, or is it just like an open book? You guys don't know what's going to
They're
happen.
definitely competitive. I mean, there's no doubt that the 3 tri-county teams are good. Year in, year out, Flatonia's good. That's a good football team. That's a good program.
They beat 3 Rivers last year, I believe, Flatonia.
Yeah, that
was a really good team.
They were good then, and they year in, year out are going to put a good product on the field. Schulenburg's always loaded, right? They got athletes, and they've kind of turned over some coaches, but this guy's got them going right now.
Oh yeah.
And so they got dudes, they got kids that they're going to be competitive. Weimer made a 3-round run. They're good. I mean, and Weimer's that same as kind of Flatonia. You know, they're up and down years, but their down years aren't terrible. You know, they're not going to go 0-10 kind of thing. That's a competitive place. Danbury is, you know, I don't know much about Danbury. They're coming out of 3A D2, and they're way out there. I know they're competitive in baseball. That's for sure.
And golf.
Yeah, and golf. Austin
I know the
pays
golf
attention
team.
in golf.
I know the golf team.
High school golf.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody's looking at that.
yeah.
The only reason I know that is because their golf team was
No disrespect to the
their-
golfers out
their
there in
golf
high
team
school.
was really hot. The girls on that team were really
Oh
hot.
my goodness. Good Lord. Those are high
So
school
when Austin
kids, you
was
sick
playing-
son of a
Whenever we
bitch.
were in freaking high school.
Oh yeah, like you remember.
went to the
You
regional
didn't
golf
even-
tournament.
You didn't even play golf in high school.
Yes, I did. I was alternate.
You were
That was what,
the manager.
13 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. I was the
13
manager.
years ago.
I was riding a freaking cart with Coach Thurman.
I was a manager.
Okay. Well,
Bloomington, they beat us.
yeah.
I mean, we can't just lay it down for Bloomington. They already beat us. And then
That shit ain't gonna happen this year.
Ganado,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. Ganado went to the semi. So I think they're bringing everybody back. The whole roster's coming back. So
We, as y'all know, we had Caleb Holt on our last show, and he talked about the Weimer football and all that. They also run the slot T, just like Kenedy does. So what we're gonna do, and if it's okay with you guys,
Sure.
Week 10 in Kenedy, Texas, Vader Follow is gonna create a slot T Mafia trophy. Okay, we want to be there for the game. We want to cover it. Winner takes the trophy for a year. The next year, same thing. It'll pass hands. If y'all are okay with that, we want to.
we need to like align the top of the trophy needs to be like an A set. Like A right. Right?
Yeah,
There
we
it
can
is.
figure something out
You
like
know,
that.
there's A set.
Yeah, it's gonna have at the top. It's gonna be SLTM or Slot T Mafia. We're gonna figure something. We're gonna make a big ass trophy for it, just to pump the kids
Yeah,
up,
let's do
so
it.
that people are trying to watch it.
November 8th.
That's what I wanted to run by you, if that's okay, if we did that.
Week number 10, November 8th.
That's not breaking any guidelines or anything, right? Just
Absolutely
creating
not.
A trophy.
It's in Kenedy.
We're basically creating a rivalry, is what we're doing.
There we go.
It's kind of like the
Be cool.
UTA and M rivalry, maybe a little bit better than that because that doesn't happen anymore.
Texas State, UTSA, hey, I-35,
There we
Eat
baby.
'em up, cats.
Eat them.
Eat 'em up, cats. No, I'm serious. We wanted to do that. Once they had said that they're in y'all's district this year, I was like, man, they both run same offense. And Caleb claims, well, he said they're getting slot T tattoos. Their kids are.
Wow.
Are y'all taking it that far?
Slot T tattoo. No, we run the offense.
I'm pretty sure that's
man.
illegal, James.
What? You can't make your kids take
17.
Get a tattoo right now.
17-year-olds.
'Cause we run the
real
slot
T
T.
Mafia. No, I thought that was pretty cool. That was a cool name. Have you ever heard anything better than that, Slot T Mafia?
Slot T
Yeah,
Mafia.
they kind of. I mean, I think
It rolls off the
Matt
tongue.
Steb kind of made that term up. He's a guy that's a beat writer or whatever you call it for Dave Campbell's. He used to work for what was the website?
The old coach.
The old coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a website and it was basically like a forum, just an online forum. And he was like the guy breaking all the like news all over the state about coaching moves and coaching hires and all that kind of inside info. And then Dave Campbell's hired him I forgot how many years it was ago that they hired him, but maybe like 6, 7, 8 years ago. And he's still doing the same thing, but just kind of for Dave Campbell's. And he's kind of the one that I think coined the term slot T Mafia because
I gave Weimer all the credit for it.
a lot of it. I mean, Caleb did kind of mention that. He didn't say the guy's name, but he kind of mentioned that in the podcast. But I want to say he kind of, I don't know if he exactly was the one that coined the term, but that's where I saw it first on Twitter /X. But
/X. I love
I
it.
think that would be a good thing.
Right.
You know, make the game a little more maybe competitive. I don't know. Not to say they're not going to be
I think it'll
competitive.
be really cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to do that. Austin wants to flip the coin at the game.
All right. Honorary captain. There we go.
And then we're going to put Scott in one of the mascot uniform. He wants to lead the team out on the field. He wants the Old Glory. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later, though. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, no, we whenever Caleb had mentioned that, he asked if we knew if anybody had run the slot T. I think not too many teams run the slot T nowadays, correct?
It's all spread.
It's more of like a spread offense.
Wendell, there's enough. You just have to dig for it. There's a guy at Liberty Hill. His name's Paul Kilby, Coach Kilby. He's got like this massive spreadsheet of everybody that runs it, and every year like they're like success or not success. I mean, just kind of how they've kind of end up that year. Everybody that's every team.
Slot T, I like it because you just kind of lining up my guy on your guy, and
that is mano y mano.
Yeah,
baby.
if your guys are better, winner's gonna win. That's just how it is. That's what I like about it. 1-on-1, let's go. Everybody knows what's coming.
It's
most
known
coaches
for
have
the
seen the slot
misdirection,
T.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's
It is.
really. The trap and the sweep is what kind of makes it.
You just liked it because you didn't have to do shit.
Huh?
At receiver, you didn't have to do shit.
A receiver had to do what?
You didn't have to do anything.
Oh yeah, because you were watching me in the bleachers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
I watched you.
Yeah,
I watched you do nothing.
You saw me do nothing. Hey, walk down the hallway in George West High School, and then tell me if I did nothing.
I'll state what?
I'm gonna have to leave this out. God, I don't like gloating. Okay, but anyway, what?
Walk down the hallway.
Fucking interrupting over here, just talking shit. Jesus. So.
It is his living room. I mean,
Yeah.
it's his upstairs. Tell him, Austin.
Oh man, goes to plan next year. You guys. You obviously you guys know y'all's expectations of next year. Spring workouts are starting. 2-a-days are starting. What are we drilling into these kids' heads going into next season?
So I mean, you kind of have to go backwards when you get done with football, especially at a small school. 3A, kind of 4A, 3A, 2A, 4A Division 2. The kids do everything, and y'all probably know it. You played it. You understand that you don't go from football and then you're just a football player. Most of them play basketball, and then they.
That's good though. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. They play baseball. So we are huge advocates for multi-sport guys. Mm-hmm. We want our dudes doing everything and not, you always tie football track, and that's great. We expect and kind of. We make it mandatory that all our dudes do the track workout for sure, but we are super successful in powerlifting, and we want most of our football guys do it. We want them to play basketball. The guys that need it play it, JV and varsity, and then they play baseball. We're a really big baseball school. We're number 3 in the state right now.
Really?
Yeah. We're 3 in the state.
That's crazy.
We've been to the quarters twice, to the 4th round 2 years in a row. So, it's real hard to kind of. We've got to be really strategic about an off season. We can't just say, this is what we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, here's what we do. We can't do that just because our kids are pulled in every direction. And I'm sure every other 2A has the same problems. But the competitiveness on the basketball court and on the baseball field, on the diamond, and, in the gym or in the weight room, all that stuff is really equates to, a little bit more success. So do we have an off season? Absolutely. We do. And we work the crap out of them. There's no doubt. And we, we're a big weightlifting school. We're going to lift weights for sure. I mean, and we don't forget that stuff.
Do you have the rule that if you want to run the ball, you got to run track?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has to run track at our place.
Oh yeah.
Now they don't have to go to the meet, but they're going to get out on the track and run the track workout. So, in terms of when we ended football to today, we've gone through 2 phases, kind of 2.5. We just did kind of a mini boot camp. We call it the lightning phase. where we're just kind of getting out of a testing grind into like, kind of moving. And y'all remember all that stuff, boot camp stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get to a boot camp at the end of the spring, only because we're going to be time we come back to like district baseball is going to be in it. We'll get to some track meets to where we're going to be going on Thursdays. We got state powerlifting. I mean, we're pulled everywhere. And so we have to really like, Dustin and I are on the phone going, okay, are we going to work here and how many are going to be out? Is it going to be worth it doing it this day? Let's just wait and do it this day. But all that matters is we got 5 days. Mm-hmm. And in those 5 days, we have to train them and put them in position to kind of develop and get better. There's no doubt. And not saying that, our little freshman outfielder can't get better on a Tuesday if he goes with the baseball coaches to work something. Well, because he's competing that Tuesday night. We're not going to hold it against him and say, oh, you didn't do mat drills and now you're just lesser of an athlete. Like, that's not going to happen. We're really going to push him to play everything, but be strategic. We got to get our weights in, whether it be football or outside stations or
football comes
circuits,
first.
All that stuff. So we make it work for sure.
Awesome.
So it's been good so far. We've had a good, since January, probably 2 months of really grinding it out.
Okay, sweet.